Hey guys, top of the morning. Happy May 4th. Coming to you live, coming to you well, coming to you off of a really just, I don't know, just a weekend of gratitude. I got to spend some time with the family. I made surf and turf tacos last night. So it's a little shrimp, a little carne asada. You put it in a taco, homemade guacamole. It was just it was the business. And if you're from San Diego, you know that's a staple. SoCal does surf and turf tacos and burritos like nobody else. And so I brought SoCal into our living room last night. And so I had a great time with the family. Yeah, may the 4th be with you. I knew somebody would say that on the call or write that. And yes, my friend. So let's do this. Per usual, I'm going to have someone bring us out on the field. This person sets the tone, they set the sentiment. It really kind of kicks this whole thing off. So Miss Evangeline, I know you're with the baby. I know you just had some West Coast in your blood this last week. So let's go, my friend. Kick us off and share with us your thoughts and your sentiment.
Yeah, y'all. Good morning. May the 4th be with you. And tomorrow is Revenge of the 5th. But anyways, I heard this at Mass and this really hit me like I needed to share. And that was activity is the law of the universe. So, the priest was talking about you can't be lazy because if you think about the laws of the universe, I mean, the animals all have their purpose. The bees are going around and pollinating. The plants are doing their things, absorbing sunshine, photosynthesis, growing, all of those things. And so when we start to feel like we get lazy in our business, we are really defying what we're really meant to do. And we are defying what the laws of the universe are. So I think that really got some energy up in me for sure to we got to stay on the prospecting. We have to think about the whole pipeline, right? Constantly thinking about next steps because it is the law of the universe. So that's what I got for today.
Wow, really powerful. I appreciate that, my friend, and really great opening sentiments. And yeah, I will pause for a second because I will say this, and I'll say this loud for everybody in the chat and everybody in the back of the room. I will rival Southern California. I'm speaking San Diego, burritos, tacos, rolled tacos, any type of Mexican food with anything Northern California. Yes, I said it. Come at me, bro. It is the best Mexican food.
You tripping. Y'all put lettuce and burritos down there. Come
on earth. I'll tell you what, even better than Mexico. So yeah, I will challenge you guys any given day. We can do a NorCal, SoCal burrito blind taste test. And I promise you guys, I'll go head to head. So I love it. That's like me saying I don't like the Raiders, but that's not this call, you guys. Let's go ahead and get it rolling. Happy Monday, you guys. Listen, some really cool things happened culturally over the weekend. And I think that there's a great opportunity for us to talk about it and just really kind of stay there for a second. Not only the power of you amazing women, but just like the underdog story. What was something that happened this weekend that is now just blowing up and it kind of makes you get all emotional when you see the videos on social? What was it this weekend, you guys?
Is it the Derby, Kentucky Derby?
Totally, Stephanie.
What?
Totally, yeah, the Kentucky Derby.
And the woman who was the first woman?
The first 127 or 124 years that's been held by a male, and no females ever won that. And did you guys see the video and how excited she was? Did you guys feel her excitement? Because I tell you what, man, I felt that. And whoever bet on that horse this weekend, it was they're going to be sitting on some serious money. But the thing that I took away from it is just like the pure joy and excitement and how she rallied around her jockey. And one of the jockeys had his brother in the race as well. And to see how far in the race that they came to take the lead, I just thought it was really powerful to say, no matter where you are in this game, no matter where you are in this race, just literally put your head down, run as fast as you can, and I promise you great things are coming. And so I thought it was a beautiful message. I'm thinking about it and how I can use that in the context of a video, but I thought it was really powerful. I thought it was really exciting. And so thought I'd share that sentiment with you guys. I need 3 people to get on the mic. Share with me a personal win, professional win from this last week. Don't be shy. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. I need 3 hands to go up. And if I get more, I'll try to get to everybody. But I need 3, and I'm not going to go any further until I get my 3 at least. Personal win, professional win. I got 2. Now I got 3. Now I got 4. Okay, good. All right. We're going to start out with Gary Archer. Then we'll go Glenn Riggs. Then we'll go Liz. We'll go Otis. And we'll get to Marcus. And then we're going to shift gears in the conversation. Glenn Riggs, personal win, professional win. Let's roll.
So I'll start with professional. I had I'll call it a listing appointment on Thursday of last week. And it was for clients who are having to move their parents into assisted living. And it was a Zoom call, and it was an hour, and it was intense. But the best part about it was at the end, there were tears on their side, and the woman was so thankful that I took the time to just talk to her. It wasn't about selling the home. I mean, I would say probably 15% of that call was about what it takes to sell their home. The rest of it really was just empathizing, coaching, being there for them. And it's one of those calls that you end where I was like, I got this. And it's not because of my amazing PowerPoint presentation. I didn't have one. It was just talking and being human. So that was my professional win. And personal win was I spent 4 days in Las Vegas with my family. I saw Michael Jackson show. I saw we went to Banana Ball, the first time I've ever bought a sports jersey in my entire life. And that was a personal win. Seeing Michael Jackson was awesome. One of the things that stuck with me as I exited that is they did an amazing presentation on I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And that is my mantra going forward.
Man, I appreciate that. And how fitting. That's the record choice of the morning is a Michael Jackson record. So I appreciate you, Glenn. Really good stuff. Let's go to GA. GA, personal win, professional win from this last week. Let's roll, big dog.
All right. So couple personal wins. Personal win. We're relaunching the Dope Era magazine. So we have a magazine we used to put out. The editor died last year for some health reasons, and we're relaunching it. I probably got about 22 pages already done with the editorial, and I'm about to go after and figure out, fill it up with, advertising and things like that if I can. Our magazine, it's going to be a free magazine that we're handing out in person. We're pressing 10,000 magazines, and it's going to be at all the events that we do already, plus everything else. So that's personal. Now, business-wise, about 7 days ago, I got a call at 6:15 in the morning on Zillow. I mean, I'm waking up, and it's a Live Connect. The Live Connect call says a $22 million house on the Live Connect. I'm like, oh shit. Hello? It's some guy named Daniel out of New York. Daniel, good morning. He's like, oh my God, you're up? Thank God. Where you at? I said, I'm in California. The Bay Area is like, oh, I'm in New York. There's no way you were up. I said, oh, I had to be up. He's like, man, I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm looking for a rental in San Francisco, like 15 to 30,000 a month. I can't find nothing I like. So I was thinking, why not buy something? I said, man, it sounds like a good reason. So it could be fake. It could have been anything. We go back and forth. Me and this guy text about 60 times. We're on the phone 15 times back and forth. Finally, he puts his assistant on the phone, Sabrina. He missed his first trip out here. They apologized, but he flew out on Friday. So the man flew out on Friday. I meet the man on Friday in Pacific Heights, right? We pull up Pacific Heights, $20 million house. We're there checking it out. He ain't too impressed. Loves the neighborhood, right? What I did like is instantly he acted like our relationship was lifetime, if that makes sense. We just met outside. We walk inside. This agent's trying to, tell him some stuff. He's like, man, can you just please tell Gary? Because Gary explains it to me way better. Just tell Gary whatever you need to say. Gary's got plenty of questions for you. I'm just going to go ahead and wander through the house. So all the hype. And then he's in the other room and he yells, Gary, come here, man. Check this out. Tell me what you think. And I'm like, oh shit, this dude must like me. Right. So I'm in there. We're doing it. And now we're leaving. Mind you, he came in a black car. Car's still waiting outside. We walk outside and he's like, hey, Gary, can I just ride with you? Can I just ride with you the rest of the day? I'm like, of course. He's like, sent the black car home, and now he's in my car smelling like weed, everything. Like when I say, I'm telling him, I said, Dan, you're more than welcome to come in my car, but my wife smokes a little marijuana. So it's, it might smell a little bit. He's like, oh, I'm not tripping on none of that. Just come on. I want to hang out. And we went and looked at about 8 houses over the weekend, and the house he really likes is a $12 million house on Vallejo Street, is the one I posted, and we're possibly writing a backup offer today for it, like 12.5, no contingency, 7 days, all cash, and we'll see if we get it. You know what I mean? A little backup offer. We'll see how that works. I forgot another personal win. One more personal win. Tomorrow I celebrate 31 years, the day I met my wife, Cinco de Mayo, 1995.
Wow, 31 years. Man, I love this, bro. Happy early anniversary to you and your lady, bro. I appreciate this. What an amazing story. You know, sometimes you just don't know. I just had a client who is closing on her largest deal in her career, 9.8. And she set up the designers and flowers to come out and hooked them up with all these, paint person, everybody. And it's just incredible to see, like, it's her largest career deal. And she's been in this game for 15 years. And so really good stuff. I do want to preface this though, and I want to encourage everybody. Make sure that your car is clean. Make sure that all of your shit is in place. In the event that a consumer needs to get into your car, I would hate for them to think, well, that smell turned me off. Whatever it is, right? I just want you guys to be ready for a consumer to get in your car. Back in the days, we had consumers in our car left and right, which to me gives me anxiety to think that I'm gonna have a consumer. I don't even like when they follow me. But anyways, make sure that your stuff is ready. I love this, Gary. Fingers crossed, man, that we can get that in contract. Let's go, Liz. Personal win, professional win. Otis, you're on deck, and then Marcus, and we'll shift gears in the conversation. Let's go, Liz.
Wow, Gary, congratulations. I don't know if I could top that, but yeah, that's amazing because most of the time those are fake. But that's awesome. So for me, my personal win is I went to this fundraiser at church with my mom and my aunt, who I hadn't hung out with in a while, and a family friend. So that was super special. Reconnecting, not just with my aunt, that acquaintance who is my cousin's mother-in-law, and being there with my mom, because my mom also had a knee replacement surgery, but on her right knee. I had mine on my left knee, and we were out on the dance floor. So that was really special being there. Dancing
you
together.
guys are balancing each other out.
Yeah. Yeah, but we were there. Yeah, we were there on the dance floor. So that was very special for me over the weekend. Another professional win was posting consistently on social media last week, and then last week Tanisha was the one who was encouraging us. She took us out in the field and encouraged us to go do open houses. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I need to do this. I need to set up an open house for the weekend, and I was just thinking that. And then a friend of mine, another EXP agent, she's a listing agent, and she reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to hold her listing open over the weekend in Union City. So yeah, so it was all like full circle, had the open house, and that was another win. I had the open house yesterday. It was a townhouse in Union City for $989. 10 groups showed up, and I got 2 good leads out of it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Way to lead the charge, TT. Way to inspire others to take action. I really appreciate this message. Even inspiring a veteran that's been in the game for a long time. I appreciate that. Way to work together. Let's go, Otis. Let's go. Personal win, professional win. The Marcus, you'll bring up the rear.
I'll do business win first. I just want to, congratulate Gary too, because it's been almost just a little bit over a year now. And just to see where he's at. The man just said he took somebody out for $22 million, showed multiple properties over $10 million, and most likely be putting an offer in as a backup offer. I remember when he first told me he was going to come by, but as he explained, he had his hands full. He had just lost his grandmother, and if anybody had seen any one of his videos you can see the love that he had for his grandmother. And he said he needed some time, but he got the shit done. I've given so many people the opportunity through CE Shop and a bunch of other stuffs. Some of them have taken, now some of them are at a year mark. Some are at like 7 to 8 months. Gary knocked that shit out in like 6 weeks. So to say that, where he was at a year ago to where he's at now, it's just a very wonderful feeling, because me and Gary have been friends prior to this. So when you see your friend coming into a space and taking off and doing what he does, it's no better feeling. And then the rest of, the overtime team is really kicking ass right now. Mimi has a listing. Diana probably would have graduated in the last 3 weeks have had these 3 deals not gone funky. She seems to pull the quirky deals of people wanting to get into contract and get right out of contract right before that EMD is going in. But she's killing it, and Abel's getting ready to write an offer, all cash offer as well. So for me, business wise, I'm not going to lie, it does take away a lot from my personal business, but to hear the wins and see where my team is going, it's just so good because they trust me to be, a leader, which I tell them I'm not a leader. I'm not your mentor. I'm just your friend. And I'm just someone that you could work with directly. And I'm here to help. So to see them all thriving right now is great. And then the personal win, y'all know I smoke a lot, and, turning 40, I've been looking into my own mortality, and I've been like, just mentally beating myself up thinking there's something wrong. You guys know the guy's at 40, we got to do a special test, and I wasn't ready for all that stuff. So to get all my lab works back and to be as healthy as an ox and just for it to all be in my brain, that's just something that makes me feel really good because we ain't getting any younger. I'm 10 years away from half 100 years old. So I'm just glad that everything's good. And my biggest fear is not being around for my baby boy. So being healthy right now and staying on that right track is where I want to be. And I'm just in love where I'm at right now in my business and in my life. And, the people that are rocking with me, they're seeing the results. And I just want them to know that not to give up, keep having faith, and we're going to tear this thing up.
That's right, my friend. Listen, you guys, there's no reason if you're over the age of 35 that you shouldn't be getting regular blood work, right? You should be really looking at seeing what's going on under the trunk. You might look good, feel good, operating at a high level, but sometimes you just don't know. So Otis, I appreciate that message. Marcus, you're the last contribution on this vein, and then we're going to shift gears in the conversation. Let's go, Marcus. What do you got for us?
Absolutely. I think for me, it's a business win. I over the past week, I went through, I think like the strongest personal challenges in my personal life, including the loss of my dog, unfortunately, which was pretty heavy for me, but I still managed to keep business going and went through some networking events and made some good contacts and hosted a Twilight open house in combination with the weekend open houses, and made at least 3 appointments with the potential for an additional one for this upcoming week. So that was the most appointments I got set out of open house so far.
Beautiful. My brother, my heart goes out to you. I had a dog for 12 years. He was my right hand. He was Bodhisattva, the Bodhi. And he was with me for years, about 12 years, bro. So my heart goes out to you. I know what that feels like, my friend. So if you need anything, we're here for you.
Thank you.
It's our family member. So let me go here, you guys. I'm going to share some thoughts with you. I'm going to continue on here. Thank you guys for your shares and your contributions. If you're new here, welcome to Keep It Moving Group Coaching. This is where we share in the collective wisdom. We believe in empowering others. And this room is all about taking massive action in our business and moving the needle every single week. And so in this room, we are going to decide, we are going to commit, and we are going to execute. This isn't a motivational call. Listen, I'm an exciting person. I have a lot of energy, but this is a decision room. You don't need more information. You need clarity and courage. You'll hear me say that every single time. And ask yourself, who do you need to become this week to win, right? Who do I need to become? Do I need to become more disciplined, more organized, more centered, whatever it is? Who do you need to be in order to win this week? And so let's do a quick energy kickoff, you guys. I always like to do this on Mondays on a scale from 1 to 10. How much action energy are you bringing to this call right now? Are you just trying to wake up? Are you trying to get some coffee? Or you actually have been ready, been prepared, you're ready to go on this Monday morning? Drop a number from 1 to 10 on the level of energy that you are bringing to this call today. Go ahead, light up the chat, please and thank you. Let's go ahead and do that right now. And I'll wait to see your guys' responses. All right, cool. What do we got here? We got an 8, we got a 9, we got a born ready 9. Thank you, Alexis. A 33.778. All right, cool. I love this, guys. So let's get right into moving the needle for this week. So before we do so, does anybody have a particular challenge that they're facing right now that maybe they wanted to throw it out into the group? And maybe I don't have the answer to you, or for you, or perhaps I do, but maybe someone in this room is already doing that thing that you're challenged with, and maybe they can give you some insight. Does anyone want to share a challenge that they're experiencing right now? Nikki, Brianna. All right, cool. So let's go Nikki, and then go Brianna, and then we'll come to Gary. Let's get clear. What is the challenge, Nikki, that you're facing right now?
Okay, well, Happy Monday, guys. Good morning. Here's the challenge. So I have a client who signed the contract with me about 2 weeks ago, but the part that's like frustrating is she's unable to get pre-approved because she says she doesn't have bank statements and all this stuff with her like finances. And so I've been calling her, been texting her just to see what the status is, to see how I could help. But I'm not really sure what to do now. Where she's not like communicating with me, I said, let me know where you're at in the application. I could help you. And so at this point, I think there's some shame or something behind the scenes where this person isn't communicative, because I don't know what to do and I don't want to like be on top of her all the time, but I'm not really sure what the issue is. Any thoughts or any suggestions as far as how I could approach her, that'd be great, because I'm kind of clueless with what to do at this point. So.
Love this, Nikki, and thank you for throwing that out. In the absence of thorough communication, we form stories, right, as human beings. Well, you don't have the full story, and so what we're doing is we're trying, or full information, so we're trying to form a story. So a couple things here, and I love what Evangeline put in the chat. Did you talk to her lender yet?
No. I have a lender that I'm suggesting that's Spanish speaking, and she's also giving suggestions as far as how she could get the information. She's just not receptive. And so that's kind of where I'm at. She's not responding through text message, through call. She signed the BRBC with me, but she's just not communicating.
All right. So I'm going to go to everyone else's contributions in just a second. Actually, I'll get one contribution from Mel, and if anybody else has any. My thoughts for you is to what we tend to do is like, shit, we want to follow up and follow up and follow up, which is good. But I think we need to pause for a second and we need to pump our brakes, and we just need to ask her, is everything okay? Right? I noticed that you've been a little distant in our communication. I just want to make sure that everything's okay, because I understand that this is a really scary time. There's a lot of emotion involved in this. There's a lot of uncertainty. And I just wanted to make sure, my friend, that you are okay. Start there and see if that allows you to get further with her emotionally, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill a logic gap when there's something emotionally going on. And what we're doing is we're thinking that it's showing up as logic. So I think that, are you okay, Nikki? I understand that this is a very, very emotional time. So I just want to pause from being your realtor for a moment and be a human being and just ask you, are you okay?
Thank you for that. Because that's what I did 2 days ago. I left an audio message just to check in. Like, how can I help? Like, just because I want to be there for you. That's all I said. But I think that's good to put it that way so she doesn't feel so like interrogated, right? So
Totally. Let's go to Melody and let's go to Aaron, because Aaron has a unique vantage point on this, being a lender as well. So let's go Mel, rapid fire, my friend, and Aaron, rapid fire. Let's roll.
So, Nikki, I suggest doing a pattern interruption. And what that means is, instead of following up, instead of checking in, instead of asking her, are you okay? I completely change the subject altogether. And I like to confuse them a little bit and throw them for a loop, because that's what they're expecting you to do. And that's exactly why she's not answering you, is because she knows that you're expecting something from her. She probably does feel shame or guilt, or she feels bad about not getting back to you, or there's something holding her back from moving forward. And so I like to just do a pattern interruption altogether. So I actually had this happen with a Zillow lead that I showed property to the other day. And I sent a really quick text message that said, hey, are you getting the listings that I'm sending you? And she responded and she said, no, I'm not. And I said, okay, well, I'm just going to make sure that I'm sending you the types of properties that you're interested in. Tell me, are you looking for an investment property or a place for yourself? And that's going to throw her for a loop, because she's going to expect you to know what she's looking for, but you're going to come at it from a completely different angle, because she's probably going to want to clarify, I'm looking for myself, like we already had this conversation, but you're actually just doing a pattern interruption. You're actually just asking a question to get her to respond to you. You're not checking in, you're not seeing how she's feeling. You're actually interrupting the pattern in her mind and just kind of throwing her for a loop a little bit. And the point of all of that is so that you get a response out of her. So once she says, oh, I'm looking for a property for myself, then you go, okay, beautiful. I only want to make sure that I'm sending you the properties that you're interested in. Are you still looking at homes in X, Y, and Z area? And that way you can kind of start getting into a dialogue again. And most of the time they will respond and say, oh, I'm so sorry, like I haven't gotten back to that lender that you had sent me, or I'm so sorry I haven't gotten back to you, like my dog died, or I'm having some health problems, or I'm going through something with my partner right now, like, my husband just filed for divorce, like whatever it is, you know what I mean? The whole point of it is to just get back into a dialogue, just get back into a conversation. And you really do have to come at it from an angle of like, I don't want anything from you. I just want to make sure that I'm sending you homes that you're actually interested in looking in. Are you still looking in XYZ area? I just want to clarify, are you still looking for a property for yourself, or are you looking for an investment property? And you're just trying to kind of start her to start saying yes, or responding, or getting comfortable with talking to you again, because she knows that you're expecting something from her. So just switch it up altogether, right? And since you just followed up with her 2 days ago, I'd probably give it another couple of days. Like, don't continue following up with her right away, because people can feel it when we're desperate. Like, people can feel it when we have nothing else going on and we continue following up with them and kind of sounding like we're not busy. Like, you're busy, you're a professional, you have other people that you can follow up with, you have other people that you can be emailing, you have newsletters and market updates and social media content that you can be working on. I've seen your shit. It's fire, Nikki. So just keep doing the things that you're really good at working on. Follow up with her in a couple of days, throw her for a loop, get back into conversation with her, and just let her know, like, hey, whether you're, looking in 6 days or 6 months from now, I've got your back. I'm here to support you no matter what. I just want to make sure I'm sending you things that you're really interested in looking in. Can you tell me, clarify, are you looking in XYZ area?
Good stuff, Mel. Good stuff. Multiple ways to go about this. Aaron, Chris, what's your vantage point on this? Let's roll.
I would say I've seen a lot in the comments about having a Spanish speaking agent. And even though her lender is Spanish speaking, I still think that that's a way to kind of break, like what Melody was saying. You give a different perspective. You get a different person there who speaks their native language, and it helps them to loosen up a little bit. But also, like Melody was saying, you got things to do too. Look at this as a layer to how serious somebody is, right? The first thing is the BRBC. I've had a lot of people sign the BRBC and not talk to the lender. That's just another step in how serious they are. And so once they do talk to the lender, once they do the application, then that's okay, this person's back in it, right? So again, it's just steps in determining how serious a person actually is. And so again, look at it like that. Try to mix it up a little bit by incorporating a Spanish speaking agent or partner, because again, that can kind of break the cycle, that can shift things up, and they may just be a little bit more forthcoming. It might be take a little sting away from any possible insecurities they might have about that, because it's just a little easier if you speak a first language, it's a little easier to communicate with somebody without being ashamed of whatever the circumstance might be. So I've worked with Jessica. I've worked with a few Spanish speaking agents that it really does help a lot to have somebody there who speaks Spanish. And then again, you got the BRBC signed. The loan is just the second step in how serious a person is, and also determining where they're at. And I've had people who were going through things like they kind of fell off, they weren't responding, but you take a step back, you periodically follow up. But like I think it was my first Zillow deal that I ever closed. It was a situation where the lady seemed like she ghosted me. She sent me her boyfriend to tour the first property with me. I thought she wasn't doing anything. I periodically followed up, came to find out she was going through a divorce. And then it was like, okay, I get it. She gave me the dates for when the divorce was going to be finalized. The second that was done, she was ready to go, and we bought a house within a month later. So sometimes it's just things going on that you don't really know what's going on with them. Having a Spanish speaker communicate with them might make it a little easier for them to do that. And again, the pre-approval is one, gives you an idea of where they're at as far as purchase power, but two, shows how serious they are, and in that moment anyways. And so again, like there's another time I had a client who was kind of lollygagging on the pre-approval too, and like 3 months later the lender's like, hey, this person just filled out this application. It was like, oh wow, I guess they're ready to go. So it can also gauge when you go back in really aggressively to try to get them out in the field. So it's just kind of another step in the process. So don't spend too much time wallowing on why, because I know personally myself, I'm like, what did I say wrong that they're not responding to me, right? Like try to dispel all that. It's just steps in the process. Bring somebody new in that can kind of, again, break the cycle and also demonstrate to them that you have a team behind you. You know, I mean, might not be the best analogy, but O.J. Simpson didn't go to court by himself, right? He had a team of people behind him, and you have a team of people behind you, speak different languages, have different experiences. So while you might not be getting the response that you're expecting, somebody else with a fresh perspective of, you know, a ability to speak a specific language might be able to bridge that gap for you.
And I just want to add one thing to that, Aaron. You just made me think of something really important. Nikki, I had a Filipino speaking client and I wanted to refer her to a Filipino speaking lender. She did not want to work with a Filipino speaking lender. She wanted to work with someone outside of her culture because of whatever stigma, whatever, you know, idea she had in her head of that's how my people work. I don't want to work like that. You know, she wanted to speak with like an American person and not from her culture. So maybe you make 3 different recommendations for 3 different lenders. One of them can be Spanish speaking, and the 2 other ones, maybe they're just, you know, realtors that are not from her heritage, because she might feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit less judged if she's working with someone outside of her culture as well.
So many ways to go about this, Nikki. My hope is that you take one thing and say, you know what, I'm going to try this new approach. Let's go to Ashley. Ashley, you had a contribution, then we're going to go to the Brianna. Let's go, Ash.
So many great ideas. I do agree with the Hispanic community. I work a lot with them. If you have a Spanish speaking realtor, that can go a long way. But I can kind of pinpoint what type of person this is. They don't think they're qualified. They don't want to waste your time. You're absolutely right. There's shame involved. And so that's all they're thinking. So they're ignoring you so they could bury their head in the sand. So if you have a Spanish speaking realtor reach out, or you reach out after a few days and just say something along the lines of, hey, I just wanted to let you know I ran across this amazing lender. It doesn't matter if you're ready now. You're acknowledging that you know she's not ready now. So she knows you're not expecting anything from her. It doesn't matter if you're ready now. What this lender is going to do is they're going to give you a game plan specific for your goals so that you have clarity and action items that you can follow. So we have a clear path to your goals so you can feel empowered. And then she'll know you're here to support her. You're not just trying to get something from her.
Yeah, powerful, Ashley. Really, really good stuff. So my hope, Nikki, is that you heard something in that vein and something in all the dialogue shared that you can go back to your consumer and just try a different approach. And sometimes people are just going to ghost you, but that's why prospecting is so important. So we don't have so much stock in one person. Hey, listen, if they fall off, they fall off. I got 5 other active buyers that I'm working with. When it's her time, she surfaces again. I'm here to serve her at the highest level. So Nikki, really good stuff. I appreciate you being vulnerable, throwing that out there. Let's go to BT. Brianna, Chicken Mom, what do you got for us, big dog? Challenge that you're facing right now. Let's roll.
More like a complaint, because I don't think anyone can help me have listing agents in really low price points answer their phones. So my gripe is, like, there is still people that need to buy mobile homes, like, and low price point houses. We need to treat them the same. They don't need to be treated any different. I have this 24-year-old girl, single mom, paid off car. She wants to buy a mobile home because she can't afford anything else. And I'm having the hardest time getting these agents to respond to scheduled tourings or ask any questions. And it's so frustrating. But
Are you
yes,
sliding DMs too?
I said I sent a video to a listing agent and was like, I am trying to get a hold of you. I feel like I'm putting out smoke signals. My client wants to see this mobile home. Please answer me. And they laughed at it and finally answered. So, I mean, at this point, I'm like, girl, I will stalk you, find your address, and come knock at your door like, hi, I'm a buyer's agent and my buyer wants to buy your mobile home.
Yeah, I would definitely, yes, call the broker. I would shoot your shot and just, send in an offer that is lower than what they're asking for and see if they respond to your offer.
The problem with that is you have to be approved. But most of these, you have to be approved for them to even do anything with an offer. So it's like you have to there's questions that have to be answered for my client. So it's just frustrating. And
let me ask you a question. In order to get park approval, do you need questions answered by the listing agent, or can you just get that directly from the park?
I need both of them. I need questions answered from the listing agent in order to even write an offer and to even go to the park. So it's frustrating, but I'm like, it's okay. I'm diligent, and we're up this morning with a smiley, happy attitude, and I'm just going to keep calling all of them. If not, I'm probably just, I don't know, I'm going to start showing up places.
You never remember. I'll call. shoot me your number. I'll give a call.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving up. So I'll be having all of my realtor friends stalking these agents if they don't answer, because this girl she's getting into a mobile home because I have to help her. I don't care if it's an $80,000 mobile home. I'm going to help her. She's going to be a homeowner in a single family homeowner in the next 10 years. I told her, I was like, by the time you're 35, I don't care if you're still a single mom, you're going to own a single family home. I'm going to, we're in it together, girl. We are in it together.
Stephanie's on saying she'll call. I'll call. Give me her number. I'll do it. Okay,
see, that's why I said I have to put my frustrations out there, because I feel like all this positive energy and helps are going to get, I know when I get off this call, there's going to be listing agents in my messages like, I'm so sorry. So, yeah.
I like what Lisa said.
Seriously, post a reel. Oh my gosh, I am so worried about Anita. Is any of Anita's friends here that could tell me that she's okay? I've left so many messages and she hasn't returned my calls.
I love it, bro. I love it. And listen, maybe that's an opportunity. I think who just put that in the chat? I think Lisa did. Maybe that's an opportunity for you to go knock on those neighbors' doors. Say you have an active client that's looking for a home here. Have they ever considered putting their house on the market? I think, leverage that opportunity.
I actually had already suggested that to her, because there's 2 parks. That's why I told her. I said, if we can't get a hold of these listing agents, let's go check out the parks. Let's see what park you want to be in. Let's narrow that down. And then let me handle the rest. I was like, I'll find a way in that park. I even eyeballed an empty space in one of the parks that she really loves. So before I meet with her today, I'm actually going to have a little plan. I'm going to contact, because she likes the newer ones, I'm going to contact one of the guys who is putting new mobile homes into these parks and be like, hey, I found an empty spot. Maybe we can pull something out. So I have all kinds of things in my head, and I'm a stubborn little shit. So.
Well, you let me know how I can help out in any way. So you guys.
Absolutely. I appreciate all you guys, because if I don't get a hold of them, I'll be hitting up everybody so we can stop these little shits. Show them how fast agents get down.
That's right. That's right. So a couple things, you guys. Obviously, we're on the precipice of of Mother's Day. My hope is that you guys have something planned, whether it is a video series that you're going to do, one-to-one video, something that you're going to mail, something that you're going to pop by, or maybe even you're hosting a cool event. It is bubbles and bouquets, and you're having people come in and have bubbles and make their little bouquets of flowers. Whatever it is, I do not want you to miss an opportunity. I always say you look down the road and you oscillate through all these different things that are happening and you market to them. Well, one thing that I found the other day that I thought was really, really cool. You may have seen this before, may not have seen this before, but it's a company called Handwritten. And obviously, we know the power of handwritten cards in our industry, but I thought that this company was really, really cool. I went in down the rabbit hole, did a little research on this company. I want to highly recommend that you guys look into this company. Now, you guys get to choose the font. It's signed, Ashley, it's signed, Brianna Tejeda. I think that this is a really, really good opportunity as you're thinking about the things. And maybe you don't have a big budget. Maybe it's 15 cards that are going to go out and you choose what's going to be on the front of that picture or that card and you send it out to your people. I promise you, stuff like this is going to win, and it looks really, really good, and you get to choose the different fonts, cursive, so on and so forth. So highly recommend that you look at this company. I just dropped the link down below, Handwritten, if you are looking at doing handwritten cards. Another thing I wanted to ask you guys, and I want to challenge you to think about this, and I want to talk about two dirty words: social media. You see, I believe that there's a relevancy runway that is getting shorter and shorter and shorter on social media. Either you are continuously showing up every single week and you are saying, I'm going to be consistent. Carousels, we know carousels are winning. Reels are winning, but consistency wins above all. So you got to ask yourself last week, how well did I show up on social media? Did people see my face? Did they hear my opinion? Did they see my carousels? Did I drop something that was shareable, downloadable, savable? Did I put it in my stories? Was I active on my stories, or did I sit idle last week? You see, as busy as I am, you guys, 2 businesses, a new baby on the way, all of you guys coaching, leading the company, everything that I do, no matter what, there's always going to be a time for social media. So I want you guys to really audit yourself last week. And then I want you to audit your social media performance from last month. I want you to look back and see how well you performed on social media. What was your engagement? Was it up month over month? How many new followers did you gain? How many posts did you actually create last month? And just be honest with yourself. And if those numbers are low, then you have an opportunity to change it up and do something different. So I want to encourage you guys to look at your social media performance and ask yourself, how well am I showing up? How well am I marketing myself? Because I want to go out there and market other people's homes, and I want to market for opportunities, but what opportunities am I doing to market myself? You see, you guys, that's a calling card. That is an opportunity for you to look at yourself and say, damn it, I missed another week. Well, you've had all the training, all the coaching, you have all the guidance, you have all the tools, you have the personality. What you have to do is you have to crush the fear that's standing in your way. You have to crush that fear, because I promise you guys, I promise you, I will Pete Rose the hell out of this business. I will fucking slide, and I will base hit, and I will base hit, and I will base hit, and I will win. And I will continue to win on social media, not because I'm the best, it's because I'm consistent. And I want nothing but that for you guys, because that consistency is going to create engagement, and engagement is going to lead to conversations about people wanting to buy or sell real estate. That's it. Whatever happens after that, that's your responsibility. You know how to book for an appointment. You know how to take somebody through an effective buyer consultation and explain the journey. You have that skill set. Don't miss that opportunity to market yourself at a highest level. So as you audit yourself last week, I want you to right now drop how many times you posted on social media, not on your stories, on your actual wall last week. How many times did you post? And I'll start this out because I want to share and I want to be transparent with everybody, knowing how busy I am. And I just want that to sit in for a second, you guys, right? Like a 0, a 1, a 0, a 0, a 3. You guys, I know you're busy, and so am I. I know you were busy, but so am I. I want to be an example for you, right? I want to share with you what is possible. And so you guys have to look at this and be like, am I stoked with my numbers? Or did I miss opportunities to really, really market myself at the highest level? So that is you guys, and that is your opportunity to really, really own that space. Now, as we go into our scorecard from last week, I want to look at this and I want you to be clear on your numbers. Now, we're all a little bit different. We're all at different stages in our business. But what I want you to do is after this call, I want you to answer these questions. Based on my week last week, how many conversations, appointments, how many offers did I get accepted? How many open houses did I knock on doors? How many people I added to my social media? Get clear on this. Get clear on this because this is going to show you, did you do enough work to get yourself closer to an escrow? And then ask yourself, where did I hide? Where did I win? What did I avoid? Did my calendar reflect my goals or did it reflect my comfort? And I'm going to give you guys an example of something in just a minute. This is your calendar domination. What I want each of you guys to do is I want you to go into Claude. If you haven't done this already, I want you to link your Google Calendar to Claude. All you do is you add that connector. That way you can get a full executive brief of everything that you're doing within Claude. You can also go to Claude and say, hey, book me a time spot for prospecting today from 1 to 5 o'clock, 1 to 3. And it will go right to your calendar and put it on there. Hey, Claude, this Monday through Friday, I need 2 hours of time, 2 hours of time blocked for me to lead generate from 2 to 4 p.m. Please do that now. And we'll go to your calendar and do it. It's set. It's done. You don't have to fucking worry about it. You don't have to set a recurrent event. It's already done. So when it comes to your calendar, I want you guys to take this prompt and I want you to put it into Claude. And I want you to just ask this prompt to Claude. What I want you to do is I want you to ask Claude to run an executive brief of my calendar from this past week. What did my calendar expose about my commitment to success? Where are the biggest gaps of opportunity and growth for this week? I want you guys to put that prompt into Claude and see what it produces for you. Because what it's going to do, if your calendar is linked, it's going to be able to give you a full snapshot of how well you performed and how well you showed up last week. What got your time, what got your energy, and what was actually reflected on your calendar that you stayed focused on. And I'm going to give you a quick example of what something like this would look like. And I'm going to go here really quick. I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see this. So I did that same exercise. And I wanted to get very, very clear on this. And let me just pull this up. Okay, cool. Let me just do this. And I'm going to go here. All right. So I did the same thing that I'm asking you guys to do because I want to know exactly what is getting my time, what's getting my energy. And I wanted to really, really break it down. And so what I did is, can you give me an executive brief of my last week's appointment and coaching events on my Google Calendar? So I did this whole debrief, right? Did this whole debrief. And then I said, okay, please provide me just a high level brief of total appointments and what got my energy and focus. What did my calendar say about my commitment and desire to make impact? Okay. And so last week, you guys, I had 55 appointments on my calendar. And so then it kind of broke down what my calendar says about me. Did I like what it say? Did I actually do these things? And of course, I feel super, super stoked about this. But I want you guys to be able to do your own debrief based on everything that was on your calendar last week. And if you don't have shit to report, if Claude has nothing to report, that means that A, maybe you're not using your calendar, or B, you just didn't work hard enough that last week. And that's on you guys. But that's okay because that was last week. Once again, we look at it, we reflect and say, this week, how am I going to get better? How am I going to move differently this week? So use Claude and use other AI models in order for you to say, am I actually doing the things that I want to do? Am I actually keeping myself focused? Am I using it to create all of my carousels and things that we've been talking about over the course of the last weeks? And I want to share with you guys a thought on this. So I'm always looking at the news. I'm reading headlines. I'm thinking about things. I watch news like an old man in the morning. I sit there and drink coffee. The house is still, and I'm watching the news like my grandfather used to watch General Hospital. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for things that are maybe spoken about culturally, economically, in the world. And I saw this, this information about 44% of Americans are cutting back on driving due to higher gas prices. And then I saw this other picture here, and this is literally from my TV. And so I'm taking pictures of it. Why? Because early in the morning is when I come up with ideas for social media. So let's create a high impact reel for Instagram. Reference the screenshot. Let's have some fun. Choose top 5 cars that realtors drive in the US. Also include how much I pay for gas in my Duramax. Maybe include a slideshow of how much it costs to fully charge an EV vehicle as well. So I went through this, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to set it and forget it. You guys, this was the interaction that I had with Claude just to do one post. But I was sitting there in the morning giving it feedback, till I finally got something that I truly, truly liked. And so you guys, once you start to drain, I even asked for, where's some of the good music, some top music for this carousel. So the idea behind it is that we work in there, we give it input to give us what our best output would be. You guys, this is a really powerful tool. You could get a debrief of your day. You can get a debrief of your week. You could create your carousels on there. You could upload your hex code so it matches your brand. It matches your flow. You could upload your font styles, everything that you want to do to make sure that you're getting stuff that you can produce on social media. Listen, not being on social media is not okay in any way that we swing it. You guys are marketers. You guys want market share. You guys want to expose your brand, get more opportunities. That's what I want for you as well. And so don't miss the opportunity. So I gave you the prompt for Claude, gave you some thoughts on how to use it best. Melody, let me go over to you, my friend. Quick question, thought, or contribution on the conversation.
Yeah, so I am trying to hook it up to my calendar right now. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Can you navigate me in the right direction?
Yep, I'm going to show this to you really quick, my friend. All right, cool. So let's do this. I'm going to do this really quick because I don't want to spend too much time on this, but yes, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Cowork, my friend. So when you go to Cowork, this is where you're going to do your connectors. So go to Cowork. So you see up here on the top left, it goes chat, Cowork, and then code. Go to Cowork. And then wherever write the messages, the prompt, you're going to hit that little plus, and you're going to go here to connectors and go manage connectors. What's cool in here, you guys will have all kinds of different things. You'll have different things like Asana. You'll have different things like MailChimp and so on and so forth. So go in here, I can go here, connectors, and I can go manage connectors Melody, or I can go add connectors. Sorry, I think I said manage connector. You're going to add a connector. And then check this out, Mel. I got Google, I got Gmail, I got Canva, right? I'm actually going to add that one right now. I have Asana's in here, Spotify. Shit, if I want Spotify to create me a lofty jazz mix that I could use to study and do hours working on my business, it will create it for me based on my style already. So you guys, I'm just looking at getting back a little bit more time. That time is not necessarily so I could grind harder. Maybe that time is a little extra time with baby, right? A little extra time. Maybe I save myself 30 minutes every single day. Well, shit, that adds up for the year. That's days. So I want that more than anything for you guys. So I'm not telling you guys to become experts on AI. What I'm telling you is just to learn it so you can leverage and start to build. You guys, it's absolutely incredible what I've been able to learn from this platform in just 1 month. 1 month. But why? I spend so much damn time in there learning and trying different things, making a bunch of mistakes to where it's now my assistant. So let's do this, you guys. Let's get a couple key thoughts, key takeaways before we close out our session. I'm going to go over to Michelle Figueroa. Michelle Figueroa, give me one key thought, one key takeaway from our time together today, and then we'll go over to TT.
So going back to the Claude and what you were saying as far as getting organized, I actually did that this weekend. I took the time and I put everything into Claude, and it kind of went over my entire, brand. And I didn't necessarily have a brand before. So I pretty much spent the entire weekend rebranding everything to fit what my vision is and what I want it to be. So I kind of have more clarity now. So I wanted to kind of hone in on where I want my brand to go and what direction I want to take it. And so my background is in healthcare. And so my tagline that I want to use is the realtor who cares, right? And so I want to basically center everything around that. And so I'm building everything around that. So everything like my Calendly, my appointments, everything's going to be centered around that. So yeah, Claude's great.
Beautiful. Michelle, and listen, you guys, if you were here on Friday, I gave you guys a whole prompt to really dive into your brand, to kind of unpack it, to answer some questions about it and really discover what that actually is, what's missing, what you can find online already that already exists, and like see if there's congruency in the messaging. Michelle, really cool stuff. Michelle took this prompt over the weekend. This is a ChatGPT prompt. She took this prompt over the weekend. It's where you're like coming out of your Instagram wall. I thought it was cool. I saw it. And if you guys want to do something fun, it's in the chat down below. That is a ChatGPT prompt. Let's go, Evangeline. What do you have for us, my friend? Key thought, key takeaway, then we'll go TT to wrap us up.
Really just being proactive instead of reactive, because I mean, while I was in town, I filmed like Mother's Day giveaway, and like I'm still waiting on the creditors to finish that up today. And it's like, in reality, that should have been like scheduled in well in advance, and it should have been posted yesterday, because now it's a week before Mother's Day, right? So, you say it all the time, but we really need to apply it, that proactive instead of reactive. Look ahead at these holidays coming up and really put that into our marketing campaigns for sure.
That's right. You guys, listen, this is about execution. These calls are not about motivation. I want to be an example of somebody that's going to execute at the highest level. Do I have all the answers? No. Just fucking give me the ball. I'm going to run. That's all I want you guys to do this week. But just hold that rock and just run. And if you got to run people over, fine. If you step out of bounds, fine. If you fumble, it's okay. Pick my football up and run again. That's it, you guys. That's it. Who's going to be the person that takes the ball and runs with it? And that's how we have to look at this business every single week. Because at the end of the day, the standard of the few, most people will leave this call inspired and do nothing. The few will execute and change their business. So the question to you guys on this call right now, are you the few? Are you the few? I want to see nothing but you guys moving the needle in your business, going to the gym, making the calls, knocking out everything in your CRM, putting your beautiful faces on social, creating imperfect pieces of content for social media. That's what I want for you guys. I believe in you. I believe in this industry. I believe in your talent, your ability, whoever the fuck you are on this call. I believe in you. You got to believe in yourself the same way I believe in you, my friends. Listen, have an amazing, amazing week. If you need anything, you know where to find me. And as always, my friends, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Let's make this week a week that truly matters. Peace and love, my friends.